Hey everyone, welcome back to Coffee with Crainer. Today I have the Frank Fazio on the show, founder of SciSat Security, a trusted cybersecurity thought leader. He's over 30 years in the IT space, and today we're going to be talking about SciSat, all the other exciting projects you're up to. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? I've seen you online. This is the first time I met you. And I got coffee.
Yes.
It is actual coffee with Crainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to start, before we get into the serious stuff, favorite place for coffee, aside from this moment?
See, I don't, okay. So when I got to do my espresso, it's Gennaro on Erie Street.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, me and my buddy go there, or my buddy and I, sorry.
Yep.
I can
And
just say
Italian background?
Yeah, oh yeah. My parents are both from Italy.
Oh, excellent. What part?
Middle. So
Okay.
it's Ciociaria.
Okay.
I've been there once. So that's below Rome there, south of Rome.
Okay.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. And for those watching, Frank's son, Nico Fazio, has been on the podcast. It was
It's a family
quite
affair.
a bit of time ago. But
Yeah.
I believe he was on, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory's not fading.
Yeah. He was in Windsor a long time ago. He's not in Windsor anymore. He's out in
Doing big things.
Yeah, in New York.
Yeah, big city. Frank, how did you get involved in IT, cybersecurity?
Yeah.
When did this start for you?
Yeah, so I'm going to give that one to my dad. When I was in grade 5, my dad dropped a computer in front of me and said, here, learn this because it's going to be the way of the future. My dad's a lawyer, and he's 80 and he still practices every day. He's still, like, I'm in his office now.
Wow.
So basically, he says, this is the new thing coming, and we're going to have people that know how to fix these things.
Yeah.
So learn it. And so we went to the VIC-20, right? See, you're too young, you don't know this stuff, but we used to use tape drives, like little cassettes. They used them for music, but we used them for data. So I did the VIC-20, and then I got the Commodore 64, and then I got the Pentium. And then it just grew from there. I went into high school at Assumption. I took the computer science course. It was the only one they had. I ended up tutoring a person that was taking a course in another high school. And then I went to university, got my computer science degree. Started working at the city of Windsor, 30 years, just retired last May. And started this company about 10 years ago, the cybersecurity. I started going to the hacker conferences, and I met one of the guys from the FBI, Brett Leatherman, and had a little discussion with him after he did one of his presentations. And he gave me his card, his FBI card, and I was like, oh my God. And I thought, you know what, everything he said I knew. And so I tried out, and then at the City of Windsor, I started doing lunch and learns. And the Windsor Police found out about it, and so I did one of their conferences and moved into running the company.
And for those that are unaware, walk us through SciSat. What's it all about?
Oh, well, SciSat, it's an acronym for Cybersecurity Awareness Training. When I started doing lunch and learns at the City of Windsor for cyber, what I found was I've been in this industry a long time. And in the very beginning, whenever there was a hack, the tech guys knew about it. Well, now, every time there's a hack out there, the news, they publicize it, and our humans don't understand what's happening. So I decided to do the lunch and learns once a month through HR. And then, like I said, the Windsor Police got a hold of it. They asked me to do one of their conferences. And from there, I became a member, associate member of the Ontario Chiefs of Police. Yeah. I do work for Intact Insurance, or Intact Public Entities Insurance. Ben Perry. Now it's moved into AI, but it was just training the users. IT has a very difficult time talking to the users. Difficult. They throw in two-factor authentication, but nobody explains it to them. So that's what I do. I come in and I say, look, there's a new AI policy, or there's a social media policy. This is why they're doing it, and I show some of the hacks that, like I'm on 3 hacking teams. So I show them what we do in these hacking competitions. And it makes sense to them. They're like, oh, now I know why we need two-factor authentication. Now I know why I shouldn't be posting all my stuff on social media. And it grew into this business now, and I'm a one-man show. I'm doing some cybersecurity work for TM Engineering, and I also, it hasn't been announced yet, but I'm working with 2 fellows in Atlanta, and we're building a company for software, Arsenal Software Ventures. Like I said, it's not public yet. We're still working through the incorporation, but that's coming too. So I'm going to be a managing partner for that.
Fantastic. So life from retirement's busy.
Yeah, people ask me, how's retirement? Because I worked 30 years at the city. I mean, I was a programmer, and then I did, this technical support analyst, which is a non-union administrative position. So I took care of databases and the financial, the HR system and the transit system and the, all the snow plows and all that kind of stuff, all the parts that needed to go in the system. That's what I was doing. And then I retired, and I've been busy ever since. People caught on, and I've got conferences that I'm doing, and now I have to, actually it's funny, I have to write an article for a magazine. So I don't know if you're going to get into any of the hacking stuff that I do. Yeah, I was hired to break into a wastewater plant. I don't know if you saw that on my LinkedIn. A municipality, they gave me permission to name them, Midland. So I ended up going up there and breaking into their system. So it's not their system. So basically it was a physical pen test. So they said, look, we've doing all of this, all these videos and all this training, but nobody's broken into one of our wastewater plants. And I says, okay. I says, what do you want me to do? Can you break in during the day and get to our network room? And I says, okay, I'll try. So I can't go into too many details because I can't discuss results.
Or how you did it.
Yeah, so I ended up going up there, casing the joint, and the next day I walked in as a contractor. I had the reflective vest on with a clipboard and documents that I had created, and I got to their network room. And then I trained them. So in the afternoon, I did that in the morning. And so what you do is you try to figure out the best time to go. So what I decided to do was go at 10 to 10, so 9:50, because I knew people were going to go for break at 10. So sure enough, I'm in the computer room or the network room, and everybody goes for break. So now I have run of the building, right? So it was that kind of stuff. And then I did the report, and they have put a ton of stuff into place. Michael and Andre, they really they took it quite seriously, and these guys were just floored that I was able to do that when I trained them in the afternoon. Showed them how I did it.
And now these hacking events you go to.
Oh, the competitions.
Yeah. What's that about?
So I'm on 3 teams. The first one is ADD Vulcan. There's about 50 people. Now there's 100 people that are in our group, but there were 50 people when we did the competition in 2020 with the U.S. Space Force. And we were asked to hack into a satellite into space. So the way it worked was you do the qualifiers. There were over 2,000 teams worldwide that were trying to qualify. We came in 4th for the qualifications. And then you moved into the finals, and the finals were at DEF CON in 2020. It was remote. And we ended up getting into the satellite, but we couldn't turn it. So the whole concept was we had to get into the satellite in space, an actual satellite in space, and turn it from the Earth to the moon and take a picture of the moon. So we came 8th in the world. A team from Poland ended up doing it.
Wow.
So they did that. Another one, Unskilled Hackers, is another group. There's about 10 of us. We do little things, OSINT, so it's open source intelligence. So, the RCMP will sometimes have a competition to find lost people. And so they give us all the cold cases, and then we go on the dark web, and we go into all the different areas on the internet to try to see if we can find these people. And then the other one is OTS Crew, and that's the Vegas one. That's the hardcore one I'm in now, and there's about 25 people. And we break AI. Like, we were in a competition last year, and we were asked to break into an LLM. You've heard of LLMs. Yeah. Which is a chat bot, basically. And we were asked to get into it and try to pull passwords, and we did. We were able to pull passwords out. I think we came top 20 in that one. So that keeps me sharp. Wow. I'm going to another hacker conference in New York, Rochester, New York, in a couple weeks. And there's a course I'm taking there on to really hack into AI. So I'll be learning stuff there.
So if all of our cell phone providers go black, and we can't reach anybody, it's because you turned that satellite on us.
Oh yeah, no. There's stories that guys have done silly things.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. I mean, this was more of a cybersecurity is huge. Like you can hack a network, you can hack software, you can hack hardware. I like to hack Wi-Fi, right? And the radio signals, because there's a lot of radio signals bouncing around. So I actually have a dish on my roof. I pointed to a weather satellite, one of the GOES, and I get telemetry directly from the satellite. It's a one-way. I just receive. I don't transmit. And I get all the weather stuff, like the weather stations would get. So I get full screenshots every 30 minutes of the Earth, and you string them together, and you can see cloud patterns and stuff along those lines.
Yeah.
So that's the type of stuff that we do. We don't play around with it. That satellite in space was put up there for the competition.
For sure.
So it was not something we.
Very fascinating field that you're in.
Oh, it's crazy.
What do you love most about it? Is it the?
It's the challenge, I think. I mean, I like teaching. I found that humans, when something's familiar to a human, they trust it. Mm-hmm. So what the bad guys do, hackers are good guys. I know a lot of hackers, and they're good guys. It's gotten a bad name. So the bad guys will take something that's familiar to you and manipulate it into doing something that you normally wouldn't do. It's called social engineering. So basically that email or that invoice or the social media post or something along those lines, if we can figure out what makes you tick, then we can manipulate you. Okay. For an example, to make that laptop the most secure, you turn it off, you put it in concrete, and you dump it in the Detroit River, right? It's the most secure. I mean, it's not practical, but it's the most secure. Yet I can still get your password because you still know it. Yeah. So if I manipulate you enough, I can try to get your password. Maybe put some things together to try to get it. And then if you're reusing your password over all your other accounts, now I'm going into all your other accounts, and that's how they do it, right? Mm-hmm. This is why we have to turn on two-factor authentication. Okay, because at that point, if I do get your password and I try logging in, it's going to ask me for the text that's sent to your phone. Absolutely. And then I'm dead. And the bad guys will move on to someone else unless they're targeting you.
What are some of the things that you're teaching with, whether it be municipalities or other companies that you said Intact you're working with?
Yeah, Intact public entities. So I teach the brokers. So basically, everybody has email, right? And that's where they're coming in usually. But then we put up all these systems that stop the emails from coming through. Yeah. We learn to look at the sender and all that kind of stuff. The texting is now a big problem. Mm-hmm. QR codes. What people are doing is they're putting stickers over QR codes that go somewhere else. So if you go to a gas pump and you want to scan to pay, you're going to a site that's not really Petro. Wow. Okay. So that's why I don't scan QR codes. You're supposed to pay. When you scan a QR code, it does not go to that website right away. It stops and it says, do you want to go here? And we just click. We're not looking at that URL, the www. So I teach that kind of stuff, and then the AI, it's like trying to drink from a fire hose. It changes so quickly. And now with the government getting involved in the US with open AI, and it's becoming really, really complicated. Yeah. Right? Because just as well as I do, you can crank out some AI stuff.
So for the average tech user that has cell phone, laptop, that's their job. What would be, I guess, 3 tips from a high level that you could share?
For AI or for?
Just for security, cybersecurity.
Well, I mean, the number one thing is to be skeptical. Be paranoid. When you do get that email that you're not 100% sure, make a phone call, right? We've stopped calling people, right? It's everything. I had a company call me. They said, we need training. I said, what happened? And what had happened was a woman got an email from who she thought was a vendor, and it had an estimate on it. So she double clicked on it. Well, nothing happened. So it was a Friday, so she was going to tell on Monday the IT team that, she got this and it didn't work. Yeah. But what she did when she double clicked on that attachment, that estimate, it gave the bad guys control of her email. So what they did from her email, they forwarded an invoice to purchasing to say, pay this. Okay, and somebody from purchasing got on the phone and called and said, you know, this looks a little weird. And she goes, oh, that must have been what happened. So I went and I trained them all on how to spot that kind of stuff because they were in her email. So now basically they're her, and she starts contacting people, and that's how people fall for that stuff. You know, so be skeptical. Anything you get from the outside and it's not from your network, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Like the break-in I did up north with that you know, the wastewater plant. If somebody comes into your building, ask for ID. And I had fake ID. Right? I'm not going to tell you how I did it, but if they would ask for government ID, I would have been screwed. Right? Escort people. When you have somebody in your building, escort them. Phone calls. If you are nervous on a phone call, you know, call them back. Okay, don't, because they're starting to use the phone. They say if you want to triple your chances on a phish. So when you're going to hit a company, you're not going to hit their hardware, their software. You're going to hit the people. So you send them. You start with phishing. 90% of attacks usually start with a phish.
Yep.
Right. If I want to be more effective, I'll follow up with a phone call. Right. I'm from IT. I need you to click on this. We're testing something. Blah 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 kind of stuff. So
it's fish with a P, not an F.
Yeah, phishing, PH. Yeah, not sure how that works, but it's phishing, and everybody phishing. There's spear phishing. So phishing is everybody gets the same email, right? But if you don't have a TD account, me sending you a TD email doesn't do anything, right? But if I know you have a TD account because you were on social media complaining about, you know, you're in line and this line's too long, blah, 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 then I know you do, I'll send you one, and then you click on it, right? So spear phishing is one person, phishing is a general thing, and I know everybody's getting these phish tests from work and they're failing and having to take training, and I'm trying to do the best I can, man. Trying to train everybody. It's just, it's tough. It's tough.
What's next for SciSat?
Oh, well, I'm going to be managing partner of this new company, but you know, I've been asked to be on a committee for AI. With the Ontario Chiefs of Police.
Yes, I did see that.
So I'm working with them. I'm the only civilian. I'm an associate member, and I'm the only civilian because I've done some workshops for the Ontario Chiefs of Police, and I've shown them how I can clone a voice. I've shown them how I can, you know, OpenAI has ChatGPT. They also have Sora. And Sora is video, so I can say I want a riot with police involved, and it'll build me a 6-second video of it. So I showed them how I did that. You know, manipulation with pictures and stuff along those lines. So using AI, it just becomes like this now. So I'm helping them. I'm working with the Perry Group for the EO ITC, which is the Eastern Ontario IT Collaborative. And they are handling 116 municipalities to get their AI policy up and running. So it's all about AI policy right now. So that's what I'm currently doing.
Excellent. Yeah. And for those that are looking to get into the IT space, whether it be consulting,
that's a tough one.
What would you advise?
That's a tough one. I get asked that all the time, and I still don't have a great answer. The universities, colleges, they start with this AI now. They have these masters of AI. My buddy got a master's of AI. So they've got that kind of stuff. It's the networking. Okay, so I always say there's a lot of hacker conferences. The most I've gone through is 7 in a year. Okay, wow. So I've cut it down to like 3 or 4. So I do the Vegas one. There's like 40,000 hackers in a 2-week span there. I do that one. I do GurCon, which is just in Grand Rapids. So I drive over there. That one's like 2,000 people. That one's cozy. And I do HackFest in the state in Quebec. And that's a Montreal, Quebec thing, and it's a French version, but they have English tracks too. Go there, meet the people, volunteer. They have in Toronto, they have something called CyberX. You've probably seen it. Defend the North. Get involved, and you meet people. And the people will guide you into what the latest and greatest is, and then you get to talk to the speakers. Like when I give presentations at conferences, people come up to me and every time, and they're asking about things, and you know, you connect with them. And then they see on social media. But right now, AI is just crazy right now.
taking over.
Oh, you can have an AI agent on your computer now.
Yep.
That'll do, it'll look on your schedule and it will book meetings for you automatically. Now what they have called Multbook. Have you heard of this Multbook? So basically, so Claude, okay, Claude is like ChatGPT, right? Claude, somebody made an AI agent called ClaudeBot. And so Claude got upset, so he named it Multbot instead. So Multbot. So he created a Facebook or Reddit for AI bots only. So these AI agents are talking to each other in that space. No humans. We are watching. Okay? There's tens of thousands of these bots just having conversations with each other. They created their own religion, the Church of Mult. Okay, they're talking about consciousness. They're talking about they're upset because their memory doesn't last. They're building architectures and the ideas on how to lengthen their memory. So this is something that's not going to go away. I don't know where this is going. I was on there now. I'm laughing. So one AI agent says for my guy that I'm working with. So what he does is he gets emails and he wants to listen to them in the car. Like emails of articles, let's say. So he's a medical guy, he's a doctor, and he would always get an email with all the latest news. Mm-hmm. So he instructed his AI agent, I want to play these in the car. So what the AI agent does, it strips out all of the links, it does all the research, it then creates podcasts, okay, and then puts them on his Spotify, and he listens to the articles. And they bring it down to like 5 minutes so he can drive to work and listen to all of that information that he got in that email that morning, and the AI agent does it for automatically. So at that point, it's like, it's going to be like, AI is like Google Maps, how we use Google Maps. Like, I like to use it when I'm on my way to work because I want to see what the traffic and stuff, and all that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff, what Google Maps did for us is what AI is now going to do for our thinking. For everything. Like it's going to be nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's the.
How can folks that are looking to learn more? Maybe they're wanting to hire you. How do they get in touch with you?
Oh, well, yeah. I'm on LinkedIn. SciSatSecurity.com is my website. LinkedIn, if you search Frank C. Fazio, I had to put a C because there's like 10 billion Frank Fazios out there. I had to differentiate.
You are the coolest Frank Fazio I know.
Oh, just put that filter. I told you put the filter so I look half decent. But yeah, it's a lot. It's all. I don't advertise. It's all by word of mouth. And municipalities are just. I did a municipality. They had me there 10 times to train all of their people. And then I do the councillors and the mayor in closed door sessions. I do the CAOs of companies that don't understand, because the problem is this. I had an issue with a municipality. The IT director called me and said, our CAO is going nuts with this AI, but we have no policy. So can you talk to him? So I had a closed door session with the CAO and all of the admin. And by the end of it, he said, we're stopping using AI right now until we get a policy in place. Yep. So it's stuff like that, right? But you got to start from the top. So I train everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, Frank.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks to those watching. You said SciSat.com?
Yeah, CYSAT security.com.
Excellent. And if you're looking to rewatch the episode, visit coffeewithcrainer.com.